We're gonna try different readings soon. These are just like all advice cards. I think I'll just put them separate. Anyways. Jesus. This is so hard to shuffle. Alright. Oracle deck. Let me ask... Oh, wait. Hold on. What are some messages for Aries for the month of June? Love, but incompatibility. I'm starting to fall head over heels for you. We definitely have some differences in perspectives and priorities that could make a relationship challenging. So, I don't know. I think somebody has feelings for you, Aries. And I don't think you're about it, to be honest with you. Like, that's the energy I'm getting. This person loves you, but you're just like, no, we're different. I'm not sure if this is someone you already know. Not surprised, honestly. Yeah, that was the only cards that want to come out. Now, we're gonna do more unrequited feelings for the month of June. To be honest, I felt the vibe. Like, the other person is the one that's loving and Aries is the one that's like, nah. Because the thing is with Aries is like, it's very hard for Aries to like be committed to someone on a deeper level. Even when they have feelings, it's like, it's very hard for Aries to be vulnerable with others and confide in others when they're going through it and get on a deeper level. But yeah, we're gonna go into this and see what are the overall messages for the whole month of June. Because I will not be doing mid-month messages. This is gonna be overall for the month of June. So we'll have to see how this goes. Okay, we have the Eight of Swords. What else? What else for Aries? Okay, I see two cards sticking out. Eight of Swords, Eight of Cups in reverse, and then the King of Swords. A lot of air energy here. Can you guys see that? Let me move in more. Oh shit. Is that too bright? That's probably better, right? Anywho. So 8 might be an important number here. There's a lot of air energy that's involved here. You might be dealing with an air sign, Aries. But I do have 8 of Swords, 8 of Cups, and the King of Swords. So, I think someone here that is at a distance is afraid of coming forward and speaking with you about something because they feel like they don't really feel empowered to talk to you. Something happened here and you guys are at a distance. I think you're the King of Swords, Aries. You're like coming in with this energy of like being very articulate and precise. And you're not taking bullshit from anyone. You're like, I want the truth and I only want the honest truth. Don't bullshit me. I'm gonna see right through it. And you come off very intimidating. For sure, to this person. And they're feeling really hopeless about this connection. They think you guys are drifting. And, you know, like, you both are kind of like withdrawn from each other. And this person is afraid of that. They're afraid of like completely drifting apart from each other. It's like they want to reconnect, but they are too scared to make that first move. And they're feeling hopeless that you guys will never like come back together to talk things out. Whatever happened here with this conflict, you know? Let's pull out more cards though. gonna fix this just a bit. That's better. Okay. Tell me more. Tell me more for Aries for the month of June. Oh, these wanted to come out. I saw the Lovers in reverse with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. Page of Wands in reverse, Knight of Swords. What else for Aries, please, for the month of June? What else for the month of June? Three of Swords. Two of Cups in reverse. Okay, let's try to decipher this a bit more. So we got the Lovers in reverse, and then the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So yeah, I definitely see that there was an issue between you two. There was definitely some conflict that happened here that messed up, like, the space between the two people here. It seems like they were tempted by something. But they ended up, like, it didn't really work out. And now, like, things are not good between you two. And it wasn't, like, this is kind of hard because I think, like, you both did not see this happening, this separation, honestly. With the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, like, this was something that you both saw was going to grow long-term, this connection. But because of the conflict and the separation, you guys are no longer talking. And it seems like a complete waste. There was so much chaos. It was very messy. And it's like a big loss. And it's I feel like this is not just you. I think like this is for both you and the other person. Like, you guys both didn't think that this was going to ever happen. This was a connection you thought you would grow long term. But it didn't happen that way. And there was a lot of chaos that happened. And we got the Page of Wands and the Knight of Swords. Yeah, this isn't a one-way thing. This is both of y'all. You both are feeling very, like, depressed and distracted. Like, you guys don't want to, like, I feel like wherever you guys are both kind of discouraged in, like, talking to one another. And it's like you can't really focus on what you do in your day-to-day. There's always this moment where both of y'all are, like, distracted because you guys wander off in your thoughts about this situation between you and this other person. And it's like, it's not, like, usually, like, Aries is very quick to cut off people. But even though Aries cut off this person, it's like they're still lingering in Aries' energy and their thoughts and feelings. And it's not just Aries, it's also the other person. This person, I feel like this person is more into their thoughts about this situation than Aries is, actually. Like, I see that they can't control it. There's times where Aries gets angry and they're able to, like, get over it really fast and they become really stern. But I feel like this person's more trapped in their head and they feel really, like, shitty about the whole situation, honestly. And when they think about trying to come forward to Aries, like, they feel very depressed and discouraged with this Page of Wands and they don't come forward. I'm getting a sense that they also are very worried about how they come off. Like, they don't want to come off a type of way. Like, they want to come in very, like, they want to, like, I feel like a part of them wants to charge in, actually. They don't like that there's nothing happening here. I feel like a part of them really wants to charge in, especially when they start feeling very competitive with others. Like, there's this moment where they just get so angry and wrapped up, and they want to, like, come in and charge into the connection. Because they don't want to really, like, lose you, Aries. I get this vibe, this other person. really wants to come in, especially, and be competitive. But I don't think that like this is a one-sided thing, okay? I'm sensing a lot of heartbreak. And there might be a third person involved here. Potential love triangle even. But definitely someone has been grieving this connection. And we're grieving the separation. Because like you got the 3 of Swords and then it's followed by the 2 of Cups in reverse. Which means that 2 people are separating. And it's very chaotic. People, like, their hearts are broken. They're both hurt by this. Let me ask. Despite the situation, for the month of June, in its entirety, would this person want to talk to Aries? Yes or no? Yes, they want to talk to you with that Empress card. Like you're someone that is full of knowledge. You have so much abundance, Aries. And it's like you intrigue them. You have such a very perceptive intuition and you come off very mysterious to this person. They're very fascinated by you and they always wonder what's going on with you. Will this person come towards Aries in the month of June though? Would they actually come forward? Yes or no? No. They're too scared. They're too scared to come forward. And with that 10 of Wands, I'm sensing that they're very stressed out. They have a lot of like responsibilities that they're working on. And they just can't carry any more like stressful things. Like I think like they know themselves too well. Like if they try to interact with you, they're not going to be able to focus on other things. And they have to focus on other things. So they're also like, there's so much like discouragement here. They won't come forward in the month of June. Very interesting. Will Aries approach this person eventually or no? Saw this one. No, Aries is not coming forward. There's a lot of wands. There's a lot of fire energy. Yeah, I think you're more combative, Aries. You're not going to confront them, but like I think if you did, you would be pissed off and it would be like another fight. And it's just like it'll be challenging to like really hear what they have to say. I think you're with, you know, this person would rather walk away and just cry about it alone, I guess. And you, Aries, I think that if you were to come across this person, you would be very upset and it would be a conflict because there's a part of you that's still kind of angry about how things went. But very interesting. Let's pull out some hidden factors. Hi Sarah, welcome in. Good morning to you. Hello baby K, how are you? We're doing fire signs for the month of June. So I'm gonna use this new deck. Thank you guys for the heart me and go populars. Oh, and fire signs tap in. This is some good tea. Think so. Hello, Karen. Welcome in, our fellow Aries. Alright, let's get some hidden factors. What are some hidden factors for Aries for the month of June in its entirety? What are some factors, hidden factors from Aries for the month of June? I see this one sticking out. Okay, we have the 4 of Cups in reverse. Laluna, if you could, can you give a recap to the people who are joining in? But if not, they'll just have to like check it out on YouTube. Then we got the Hangman in reverse. Okay. What other hidden factors can you tell me for Aries? What are more hidden factors for Aries for the month of June? Okay. We have the 6 of Wands and the Fool card. Tell me more. What are more hidden factors for Aries for the month of June? Empress again in reverse. Now we got the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. Five of Wands, Ace of Wands reverse. Eight of Cups reversed. I think that came out earlier too, no? Yeah, I think that came out earlier. Eight of Cups. Okay, I see this one sticking out. Queen of Wands. Okay, let's read this. And if I need to, I'll pull out more cards. So, for the month of June, Aries, we're going to start off here with the Four of Cups in reverse and the Hangman in reverse. So, in terms of hidden factors, regarding this particular situation, I do think that, like, letting go of regret is definitely a big factor with this individual. They're trying to bring up their motivation because they haven't really been motivated. So they're just like kind of like withdrawn and trying to focus and trying to be productive of their time. I think like some of these people, like whoever this person is, they do have regrets about how they handle it, the situation, but they're trying to let go of that. And they've been trying to be in a very productive routine. Because routine, like being productive has been something big here, and they're trying their best to focus. But the thing about them is that this person can be very narrow-minded with the Hangman in reverse. It doesn't really seem like they have made a decision yet on this connection, whether or not they want to completely let go of it or if they want to come back. Because, like, I don't know, there's something about this person that, like, they have a lot of self-sabotage. They don't really think things through. They kind of just are very impulsive. And the things that they do, they don't really think long-term, like, repercussions. So, like, I think they're very, like, they know that whatever they do, they're just deal with the consequences when they need to. And, you know, if they're, I guess this is their way of punishing themselves for whatever they've done. It's kind of like, it's very interesting. It's like, you know, like, I'm gonna let fate, like, karma, like, have its way with me if it has its way with me, you know? I'm not gonna actually, like, think carefully. I'll just do what I want, how I feel it in the moment, you know? And then, like, here we have the Six of Wands and then the Fool coming in, right? So, I think with you, Aries, you're actually going to be starting something very new, a new adventure, and you're going to be it's going to be good for you, all right? You're going to have opportunities in being a leader, and you're going to be recognized for all the hard work you've done. I see a lot of success coming your way, and your self-esteem is going to go back up. I don't know if your self-esteem is low lately, but you're going to be entering a new chapter in your life where you can release a lot of your potential. Just be careful, because the Fool card, like, there's definitely, like, some innocence here and naivety. Just be careful, because you might make a mistake. Don't charge in without really thinking things through. But definitely see a lot of success coming your way, maybe some good news. But I do see that, like, you have a lot of opportunity being the leader that you are in this new chapter that's coming for you in June. Now, here I see the Empress in reverse and then the Eight of Pentacles, right? So, like earlier, you were viewed as the Empress upright. Here, I don't think this is like, there's a part of you that's going to be dealing with a lot of stagnation at some point in your day-to-day, and you're not going to like that. You can't deal with stagnation. You need motion. So I see that you're going to be doing a lot of different things on your spare time. Maybe some of you might actually start studying for another role, or you're going to be honing your skills. But I see that, like, you're mastering your craft to some extent. And you're going to be very stubborn about this because you don't like the stillness of things. I think, like, there's a part of you that just wants to move on. And so you're going to be very much locked in. Like, on the things that you want to like improve yourself on. That's going to help you in the workspace. Maybe you'll be like studying for, you know, exams. You might be very successful at that and starting a new career. Some of you guys are just doing like focusing on yourselves and improving your skills, because like you feel like a lot of insecurity involved when it comes to like yourself and your skills. Even though others don't see that about you, you see yourself very differently. There's a lot about yourself that you just want to improve and work on. There will be some minor setbacks here. I do see that you might potentially be competitive with someone as well. Or you might, some of you guys out there who are watching this might be dealing with a conflict. This could be anything, honestly. This could be a conflict with family. This could be a conflict at work. But this could also be a rival that is pissing you off. But I see some of you guys out there are really going to be like set back in some sense. And you're going to get upset and you're going to be like, I feel like you're going to get triggered by someone. Someone's going to provoke you and you're going to like be like, fuck that out of here. I'm going to come in here, you know? But we do have the Ace of Wands in reverse. So I think some of you guys will not be really getting it on with anyone, honestly. And interestingly enough, earlier, when we put the Oracle card, it said someone loved you, but someone in the connection is like, no, I don't really see that way. I think that's you, and I think like you're not really interested in like fooling around with anyone with the Ace of Wands in reverse. I see you like kind of like bored. There will be like some missed opportunity here. Maybe someone might show an interest and you're like, no, I'm not down for that. So there's some rejection here, that you probably be rejecting someone, and you know, it's a little disappointing. You feel like it's slow and you're just like, oh man. And then we got the Eight of Cups in reverse coming in, and followed by that Queen of Wands. Okay, so I think there's also a part of you that is kind of afraid of moving on. Yeah, there's a fear of you moving on, but there's also a fear of you like commitment. There's a big fear of commitment showing up here for you, Aries. And I think like there's like some stubborn energy that's happening here. Like you don't want to move on, but you also don't want to like go into a commitment. And there's a part of you that might just accept whatever is second best in this situation. But overall, like you're putting yourself first, despite the situation. I'm getting like you're kind of just settling for things. Like it is what it is, and I'm not gonna like push it. But I'm also not like letting go of like opportunities that might come my way, you know? It's like you're kind of like self-serving yourself in a sense for the month of June. But there is a big like Queen of Wands energy coming in. Regardless of the circumstances and the issues you have with someone that is not talking to you, and the issues that you might have with like a conflict, like there is this part of you that is going to be more courageous in the month of June. You're going to have a lot of fun. Okay, you're gonna be feisty. Actually, I see a lot of like you going into your old self, where you're gonna be really like funny. You might hang out with people and make them laugh. I see you being very optimistic, but most of all, I see you like be very caring and helping others while coming off with this kind of charisma. I think like you're gonna be giving off a lot of like high energy, despite whatever circumstances are gonna happen. This is a heavy Aries card too. Very interesting. Hello, Abby. How are you, wifey? That's good. Damn, more cobwebs. I already rejected a guy. Oh shit, really? Let's pull out some advice for you. What's some advice for Aries for the month of June? Overall month of June. Okay, let's do this. What's some advice for Aries for the month of June? Okay, we got the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, followed by that Queen of Wands upright. The Queen of Wands was just here. Came out twice. What the hell? What's wrong with me? What else? Tell me more for Aries. What's some advice that we can give Aries? Knight of Swords reverse. And then the Nine of Swords upright. Page of Wands. Then Two of Swords in reverse. Temperance in reverse. Eight of Swords. Three of Pentacles in reverse. Page of Cups. Okay, let's read this. If I need to, I will pull more cards out if needed. Okay, as always, I'm going to read all the cards that are upright with their little descriptions to give you guys more context for the advice. And then afterwards, I'm going to interpret the overall spread of the cards for Aries. And then we're going to move on to the next fire sign, okay? Alright, so starting off, we have the Queen of Wands and the Nine of Swords. So Queen of Wands is strong, fierce, independent, and confident. She can take care of herself and knows what she wants and can get a lot done with determination and authenticity. When going forth with your actions, do it boldly and fearlessly. So keywords here for you, Aries, is determination, courage, and independence. Next, we have the Nine of Swords. So the Nine of Swords indicates you may be stricken by fear and anxiety, but this may be all in your head. You may be worrying about a situation a little too much, when in reality, it isn't as bad as you think it is. Some keywords here is anxiety, nightmares, despair, and cruelty. Now we have the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands, like the Fool, has a fresh yet passionate outlook on life. Drawing this card indicates that you have a creative spark in you, so go ahead, be spontaneous, and follow your creative muse. Keywords is exploration, enthusiasm, and discovery. And then last, we have the Eight of Swords. You may feel restricted and powerless, but these are things that you have imposed on yourself. You may have to face a difficult decision, but you must release these constraints before doing so. Be honest with yourself. Keywords here is self-imprisonment, isolation, restriction. Okay, now let's go ahead and interpret your overall advice spread. Hello, Jeanette, welcome in. Okay, so we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse and the Queen of Wands. So I'm sensing someone might be, I'm not sure if this is someone that is coming forward or someone you know, but like someone around you or something. Like, I'm not sure about the vicinity of this person, but there is somebody here that is kind of possessive, giving a lot of possessive energy, and they're not really taking care of themselves, but they're very smothering when it comes to you. So there's a part here, Aries, that I feel like, you know, I'm not sure if this is you or someone else, but like definitely if someone is like being like smothering, you're coming in with this Queen of Wands energy where you're like, no, don't do that. You're very courageous and straightforward with this person, and you're gonna be standing your ground on your independence. Like, you're trying to be separate and do your own thing, but like somebody doesn't want that. You know what I mean? Like, that's the energy I'm getting from this like little corner of the spread. Then we have the Knight of Swords and the Nine of Swords. Both swords, right? So with the Knight of Swords in reverse, it's talking about a lot of chaos from someone who is very arrogant and impatient, right? And it's like, this might be the same person that has this possessive energy to them. I don't know if like they're like gonna like come forward and try to be like aggressive with you and cause fights because they want to like, in a sense, like conquer you and possess you and like don't want anyone else to like come around you. And you're just like, it gives you a lot of anxiety. I'm getting a lot of anxiety from this Nine of Swords energy. Like you're stressed out and Like, I don't think you're actually happy with this person. I think, like, a lot of you are feeling really stressed out and you're, like, in despair. It's like this is not what you want from this person. So this is why, like, you're kind of, like, wandering off with this Page of Wands. There's some of you out there that are just like, you know what? Like, whether you're with this energy or if this person is consistently in your energy, or if this person is someone that you're not talking to and they want to come back in June, a lot of you Aries are just kind of like, you see it for what it is and you're not about it. You want your independence and you actually want to explore with the Page of Wands. A lot of you guys are very enthusiastic in discovering new things that you will enjoy, whether it's like with another person or just doing things on your own and just like doing your own thing. Like, overall, your reading involved you like taking care of yourself and fixing your job careers, your honing in on your skills. I think you're more focused on those things than actually creating like a connection with someone. Like, despite the chaotic connection that was mentioned earlier in the reading, I think like that situation kind of like traumatized you and you're not really looking for like a lover. A lot of you are just want to see what's out there and have a good time. And it's like, with the Two of Swords in reverse, it's like you're coming across a very painful revelation, or you're making some difficult decisions that involves like these type of like inner turmoils you're dealing with others. A lot of you guys, Aries, you don't want to hurt others, but like you kind of know what you want and you're not really like codependent on others as much as others might be with you. So like you're very like hesitant on like saying things or making decisions because you know it might hurt someone. And you know, like I think like that's something you want to avoid. Like you're going to be firm with your boundaries. Yeah, this is someone with the Temperance in reverse. This is involving someone that you might be separated from because you guys don't really get along anymore. You're not like compatible anymore. You might have like conflicting interests even. Like this is involving someone that probably wants to be with you, but you don't really want to be with them anymore because you realize that you guys are incompatible. Maybe you guys were compatible in the past, but you're like, no, not anymore. And then you have the Eight of Swords. This did come out earlier, so, and it's right next to this Temperance. So like if you guys look here, it's this one. Yeah, this is involving this person because it came out again. Like this is the person that is kind of like isolating themselves and they are restricting themselves. You're not with this person. It's talking about this person. Yeah, I think this is the same person that wants to be possessive of you, but they're so like chaotic and like arrogant, and you're just like, you don't want to deal with that. And like this is like very much in your energy for the month of June. I think like with the Three of Pentacles coming in and then the Page of Cups, you see that like this person is not really like careful. They're not really maturing. They're kind of like stuck in their ways and they're being very careless, and you don't like that, Aries. And like coming in with that like leadership energy, like you can't help but want to like guide them, but a part of you kind of is like, no, I'm not gonna do that. Like this person should be able to do it themselves, and they're not. And that is like a red flag for you. Like I think like your eyes are more open now to the red flags, and you see that this person is very immature with this Page of Cups. Like you see that they're very immature. They're not focused on the things that are important. And when it comes down to it, they're always going to be an avoidant. They like to escape with the Page of Cups in reverse. So like, yeah, things are becoming more clear to you, Aries, with this individual that wants to like, you know, come back in and talk to you. But they're like I said earlier when I did these like readings, like, you know, like, are you going to come forward? Oh, no, are they going to come forward? It was no, the 10 of Wands. But because they have a lot of responsibilities that they're working on. And then with you, you also don't plan on coming towards them either. Because like, it's a challenge that you don't want to deal with. And I think like, overall, you're just tired of dealing with this bullshit from this person. And you're starting to recognize all the red flags from this person, you know? You have the Four of Pentacles coming in. You've been working hard, and as a result, you gain quite a bit of wealth from it. I think you're also conserving a lot of your finances and emotions. You're being more, it's like a sign of greediness, but like you're doing it because you want to like look out for yourself, right? So you're not really interested in like giving to others. You usually are giving, but in this instance, you're like, no, I want to like not put myself out there. I'm gonna like reserve myself. And then the Ten of Pentacles comes in reverse. I also see that like there is some instability happening here, whether this is you or the other person, involving family. There's like family disputes that are happening, and sometimes when that instability happens, you can't help but feel alone in these problems. Maybe this is you, maybe this is the other person, or maybe it's both of you guys. But like, despite these situations, these environmental conflicts that are happening, I think you guys are going to think about each other, but you guys are not necessarily going to reach out to each other. Does that make sense? Hi, Cynthia. Welcome in. Don't go backwards. Ain't nobody got time for that. I'm not interested in distractions. It does. But yeah, that was your reading, Aries. I hope that resonated. And if it did, I hope it helps you moving forward with the month of June. Again, I do accept private personal readings. If some of you guys feel like you resonated with this and you want more, you know, insights, you can always message me about the type of readings I do. If you guys want an individual reading on the live stream, it is a discounted price compared to private, in-person, or virtual readings that are more private and not in the eyes of others. We will not be doing mid-month messages, so this will be the only reading for the month of June. Let's fucking go. Ah, yeah, it filtered you. I didn't see that. Alright, let's go. Leo! What are some June messages for you, Leo? Whole month of June. Whole month of June. What's some messages that we got for our fellow Leos for the month of June? See one stick out. Queen of Wands. Emperor. Oh, this is a very interesting combination. Okay, so you might be dealing with an Aries. These are both Aries cards, okay? Or there's a lot of fire energy going on here. You're gonna have a very fiery month. So I think this is you and someone else, though. Like, some of you Leos, you guys are very, like, enthusiastic. You're very bold. You're very passionate. And you're very confident. A lot of confidence here, okay? And it's very charismatic. And, like, when you want something, you're very determined on getting that. For sure. And so that kind of, like, radiant energy is standing out to somebody that wants to kind of conquer you. And this is someone that has, like, this is someone that has a lot of structure, very strict, has a lot of authority, very reliable. I'm not sure if this fits anyone's description that you might know, but I think somebody here is captivated by you and interested in you and want to be by your side. Very interesting. Let's pull out more. Tell me more. Tell me more for Leo. Empress. Four of Cups. Two of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles. Three of Cups, and then the Tower in reversed. Okay, let's read this. So this might be someone you know at the workspace, or someone that's within your environment that is noticing you and is very, like, captivated by you. You come off as the Empress to this person. You're someone who's very intuitive, and you seem like very aware of yourself, and you come off as a mystery to this person. A lot of feminine energy you have, and so, like, you know, you really appeal to this person, Leo. Like, and it, like, if some of you guys are male Leos that watch this video for whenever you watch it, like, you have this energy that is very mysterious, that is pulling in this other person that wants to conquer you. But, like, you're very intuitive. So it's like, you kind of, like, you might actually know who this person is already. Because you feel like this person has, like, this kind of, like, description and is always, like, watching over you and wants to, like, be by your side. There's parts of you, I don't really see you, like, hang around with this person, though. I think you kind of, like, seclude yourself. You're kind of closed off. You don't really, like, interact with this person. Despite being very, like, warm and, like, outgoing, you're not really the type of person to, like, talk to this person. You're kind of, like, off, being mysterious and, like, in your own head. Because you have some things that you're more concerned about, right? With this Two of Pentacles, this is talking about, like, a balance of prioritization. So, like, there are some of you out there that have other things that you're more concerned about than romance, you could say. I think some of you guys have more personal things that you are attending your focus on. Despite being aware of this person, you're like, not really my priority right now. I got other better things to worry about. But you're still nice to them because you have to work with them to some extent. So, like, you want to make sure that they're cooperative. And maybe that's why you're, like, kind of like, you know, you're aware of how they are, but, like, you're not really, like, indulging it. You're just being nice because you have to work with them and cooperate with them. And so I just need to let you know that there is definitely some things that are going on. I'm not sure if it's, like, this person or someone else, but I'm sensing, like, either someone is getting rejected or someone is getting betrayed of some sort. I think there's a part of you that doesn't, either some of you are, like, healing from past wounds from some other relationship where, like, either you were rejected or you were betrayed by someone, or someone cheated on you, or there's somebody, or this person doesn't really seem like they're loyal and you don't want to be betrayed. Something about this person, like, I think might be, like, kind of red flag-ish, and you're like, I don't know if I can trust this person. They might betray me or whatever, so I just rather, like, push them away. So if they try to talk to me, I'm just gonna reject them. Like, take it how it fits. It's either one or the other. That's the vibe I'm getting. Now you have the Tower in reverse. So I'm sensing there's some of you guys, some of you Leos, that feel kind of confined in something else. It's something like, for those who had, like, a betrayal in a past relationship, I think some of you guys are still stuck in that betrayal. Like, you're not, like, still traumatized by it. You haven't fully healed from it. And it's something that shook you to your core that you really can't, like, let go of and move on from either. That's one instance I'm seeing. And then there's some of you guys out there that are kind of, like, reserving yourselves from these type of, like, individuals because, like, they give off red flags, and you want to make sure that the person you do end up with certainty isn't going to be like that for you. So, like, there's a lot of reservation here, either because some of you guys are still healing from a past connection, and then there's some of you that, like, needs to know for certain, like, this is the person that you're going to be with, like, endgame, like, because a lot of Leos, a lot of you guys are, like codependent, but, like, I know, like, a lot of Leos, they don't, like, they like long-term relationships. They're not gonna bounce from relationship to relationship. They want to be with someone for a long time, you know? So it's like a lot of you Leos will not go with just anyone. It has to be someone that you think you're gonna build a future with. So I think that there's some of you guys that are like, no, I don't really want to like get myself involved with this person because I don't think that they're gonna be loyal to me, and I'm gonna be more loyal than they will be, you know? Hello, Eva. Yeah, I'm doing fire signs for messages that are coming in for the month of June. We just finished Aries. We're doing Leo right now. But this feels like a love reading. Can you tell me more? What? Yeah, this person is very selfish. They can be very greedy and they're very materialistic. And you're not into that. I see you actually like, you're just dealing with them to get like, you're being nice because you have to work with them, but you have other priorities that you're more focused on. And you rather like progress in a way where you feel more victorious. And if you feel like you're around this person, like they just are gonna give you issues and you're not about that. So I see a lot of you guys actually just walking away from this. Yeah, let's pull some hidden factors for you, Leo. What are some hidden factors for Leo for the month of May? What are some hidden factors for Leo for the month of May? Death card in reverse. 7 of Wands. Ace of Cups. 7 of Pentacles. 9 of Pentacles. This is better if I zoom in a little bit. Hierophant. 7 of Swords, 9 of Swords. Ace of Wands in reverse. And then you got the 6 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, let's read your hidden factors, Leo. So it seems like we're starting off with the Death card in reverse and then the 7 of Wands upright. So yeah, there's a lot of you like Leos that have been wounded from your past. And because of that, a lot of you guys are still like holding on to that negative energy and are very depressed. And in that sense, when you're depressed, you're very resistant to change. Okay? Now, if you try to resist change, things can't really begin for you either. And so I do see some of you guys being on the defensive and being very assertive, because that's where you feel like you have the most control, right? With that 7 of like Wands, like whatever might come your way, you want to be standing up for yourself, and you're very protective of yourself right now. So I think a lot of you guys are also just kind of like rejecting any type of potential commitments with other people because you're still healing from your past. It hasn't really like, you haven't really moved on from it yet. Like you're not ready to start a new thing with someone else, and you're kind of like rejecting it. With this Ace of Cups coming in with the 7 of Pentacles, I think some of you guys will be asked out in the month of June. Someone's gonna come in trying to like show you a romantic gesture. Someone might ask you out for dinner, or some might even offer you like you want to be in a relationship. But I see some of you guys actually just like taking time to think about things and evaluating how you want to go about these connections. I like there's like people that, like I said earlier, like this is coming up again. You really think about someone on the scale of like, can I see myself growing with this person? You know, do I really want to invest energy in this connection with this person? Is this something I actually want to do? And it's just like, you know, I don't really think some of you guys are gonna like give into it because like you don't really see that with these people who are attracted to you and show interest. Okay, like with you, you definitely have a lot of like independence and you're very successful when you're focusing on yourself. I also see that you're more like you find your freedom more like rewarding. You're not stressed out. You're just enjoying time the way you see fit. Because reality is, if you were to get in a relationship with someone, you're very loyal to that person. I see with the Hierophant. It's like, you don't really have much freedom to yourself. You kind of like revolve your world around that person and their schedule. And you don't really want to commit to someone on that scale if they're not at your level of commitment. You want someone who's going to be loyal and committed to just you. Because you know that's what you would do for that person. So until you get that, you're not really gonna like give into just that. Like, especially if like I see some like, yeah, there was something here that involves someone lying to you and cheating on you behind your back. They thought they can get away with it, and you haven't healed from that. There's actually some of you Leos out there that have like obsessive thoughts and anxiety. You get overwhelmed and a lot of you guys are not really happy, and like I see a lot of trauma. Here. I think like some of you guys even feel guilty, like some level of guilt. You guys haven't really healed, and because of that you're not really gonna like, yeah, the Ace of Wands in reverse. I don't see some of you guys actually like giving into like a connection, not even in on a like a sexual way. Like you don't want to deal with like mess arounds because they're too messy. Like a lot of these opportunities are going to be like with these like offers, they're going to be missed opportunities because like you're still anxious about being cheated on or someone being deceitful behind your back because you dealt with that. You dealt with someone who was a traitor and you don't want to deal with that again. Just like reliving it and thinking about it, like it gives you so much anguish and like you have so many mixed emotions here. Some of you might even be losing like sleep over the past trauma that you've been dealt with. And so like you're like, no, I can't. I don't want to deal with this. So a lot of these opportunities, you're not even going to like consider fooling around with them. You're going to be rejecting them. And so like it's definitely some missed opportunities in terms of love. Because at the end of the day, what I'm getting here is that like some of you Leos, like you are very generous to the people that you like in your relationships. Like you're very generous, you're very giving, and someone took advantage of that and was very abusive to some extent of your generosity. And you don't want to deal with like, you don't want to give off like false impressions on others that might be interested in you. You don't want to be fake. So that's why you're also not like entertaining like a situationship of that sort. You're just like, no, I don't want to be like that. Yeah, I don't see you actually. You guys are a lot more deeper about like even like situationships. You don't want to entertain it. So like even though like you might potentially be asked out or this person might show like might offer you something, I don't think you're gonna go for it. I think you guys are gonna think long term like, I can't really see myself growing into this connection and I'm still not healed. And like when you do think about the things about your past, like I think you might go in a loophole of your past and it's gonna make you more like anxious and stressed out, and you're just not gonna even want to be around like anyone like that. I completely forgot to do an oracle. I'll do it at the end though. But let's get you some advice. What's some advice that we have for Leo What's some advice for Leo? No puzzle yet. Four of Wands. Three of Cups. Nine of Pentacles. In reverse. Three of Pentacles, Two of Wands, Knight of Swords. Sun card. Nine of Cups. Seven of Pentacles. The Star card. Page of Pentacles. And then the Lovers in reverse. Okay, let's read this. And we're going to start with the cards that are upright. I'm going to read their descriptions for more context. And then I'm going to interpret the overall spread for your advice. Okay, so we got the Four of Wands and then the Three of Cups upright. Four of Wands indicates a period of stability, fulfillment, and harmony. Perhaps you have reached a milestone in your projects. This card is also associated with home, so now might be a good chance to spend some quality time with your friends and family. Keywords is harmony, community, and celebration. Then the next card is Three of Cups. This is a very social time of your life where you're able to balance your commitments with having quality friends and family time. Keywords is friendship, community, and celebration. Then we have the Two of Swords. Two of Swords is about being stuck with a difficult decision and being afraid to proceed. However, lack of action may make the situation worse. A decision must be made, but only once you have all the needed information. Keywords is indecision, need for balance, and stalemate. And then we have the Knight of Swords. Let me actually pull this up because I can't see far away. You are strong, driven, and ambitious, and perhaps embarking on new ventures. However, do not do so in haste, where you are so focused on your goals that you are blind to obstacles. Keywords is action, ambition, and determination. And then you have the Sun card, which is a major card. I actually think this is your card, Leo. The Sun represents success, radiance, and abundance. The Sun gives you strength and tells you that no matter where you go or what you do, your positive and radiant energy will follow you and bring you happiness and joy. The beautiful, warm energy is what will get you through the tough times and help you succeed. Keyword is success, fortunate, marriage, and happiness. And then we got the Nine of Cups. You're in a good place right now in terms of finances, work, health, or relationships. You're also doing well emotionally. Being surrounded by comfort and luxury, now is the time to indulge, kick back, and enjoy the finer things in life. You have a bright future ahead of you. Keywords is comfort, satisfaction, and stability. And yeah, that was the last card that's upright. I'm going to interpret the overall advice spread now. So, starting from this corner, Four of Wands and Three of Cups. So, in regards to your advice, Leo, I think a lot of you guys need to celebrate the space you have. Like, both of these cards are talking about community and celebration, right? I think that, like, you'll find more peace in spending time with your friends and family and just spending time with them. Maybe some of you guys can go out. Maybe you can go party with your friends and family. But I think, like, being alone will not serve you when you are going through this time of healing. I think some of you guys find more comfort. I'm not really like a distraction. Like, you genuinely feel happier when you're around your family and friends. And I think that's going to be like some of the key factors here that's going to help you in healing and moving on from your past, Leo. I do see some of you guys kind of overworking and living beyond your means with that 9 of Pentacles. Just be careful with your finances. You know, you don't want to like, you don't want to be bougie and not be able to afford that bougie lifestyle. Like, with the 3 of Pentacles in reverse, it's also talking about carelessness. So some of you Leos might be like spending your money because like you don't want to deal with like this anguish you might be healing from the past. So like, don't be bougie. Some of you, like, the cards are ratting it out. You guys are spending money and going a little too hard with that, actually. So be careful with that, with your finances. Then you got the 2 of Swords and then the Knight of Swords. So some of you guys definitely need some balance here, but like, I don't see you guys really making any action in deciding on what you want to do. You know, like, it's showing me like, so the 2 of Swords is like someone who has 2 swords. Like, you know, like, you either have to move on or you don't, right? And you, like, some of you guys are not ready to move on, but some of you guys also, you know, don't want, like, you guys don't want to really let go of your past, but a part of you has to let go of your past. You know what I mean? I mean, like I think that's the best way to describe that. Like, some of you guys are like still holding on to it and you haven't really necessarily let go. I'm not sure if you guys plan on going back to those people that you are like thinking about, but like, you basically have to make a decision whether or not you're gonna be with this person from your past and reconcile or not, and then like do what you need to do to like either get back with that person or do what you need to do to let go of the person. With that 2 of Swords coming in, right? And so you have the Knight of Swords coming in that talks about like having ambition and determination and action. So like, it's like calling you to act on the decision on what you want to do, because like, I think the cards is like, okay, enough is enough, Leo. Like, make up your mind. Do you want to be with this person or not? Like, you have to like make your move already and decide. That's what I'm getting from that. And like, once you decide, stick to your decision and keep to it and go down that route finally, you know? Because overall, like, you do have a lot of good fortune coming your way. Like, you got the Sun and the 9 of Cups, right? It's talking about like, you know, being very successful, being very happy. You're gonna find someone that you actually love and you're gonna have a really great marriage for some of you Leos. And a lot of you guys are gonna be very comfortable and satisfied in that connection, because you're going to feel a level of stability. And I think a lot of you Leos need that, is stability. And it's like, I think that's what you want overall. So I see also here with the 7 of Pentacles and the Star in reverse, like, whoever was in your past that hurt you, they were a waste of your time. Wasted effort, very pessimistic, very arrogant. Like, they're not that successful compared to you, so there's like some like jealousy or animosity behind that. You're going to be more successful, and if this person isn't that successful already, like, they're just going to be like, they're going to be like a killjoy, honestly. They're very like depressed and pessimistic. This is not good energy. Like, honestly, like, I'm going to be real with you. Like, yeah, the cards say you need to make a decision and act on it, but like, I think you should just let go of it. Like, you have so much good things coming your way soon, and this person isn't like on your level of pace. You know what I mean? And they're not even like interested in commitment. With the Page of Pentacles, it's talking about lack of commitment, and like the Lovers in reverse, this is someone that you're not with anymore. You guys are probably like not even talking. It's just like, this ain't it, girl. Let go of this person. You're not with them anymore. There's a reason, and honestly, like, it's their loss. You're about to have some good things coming your way, and even if you were to give them attention, they're not going to be committed to you. They're going to be elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? Let's pull you some Oracle. What are some What are some messages we can give for Leo in the month of June? What are some messages for Leo that we can give them for the month of June? See these sticking out. Jealousy and hookup. Yeah. I get jealous because I'm struggling with my own insecurities. And then hook up. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. Yeah, like this person or in your earlier spread, like they're very insecure and they're not here for a long time. They just want to hook up with you. And you're not about that. Yeah, no. Big red flags. Definitely not it. Whoever this person is, Leo, they're not the one. But yeah, that was your reading. I hope it resonated. And if it did, I hope it helps you in the long run, Leo. Best of luck in June. A lot of runaway situations tonight. Let's go. This feels better now. What are some messages for Sagittarius for this upcoming June? What are some messages for Sagittarius for the month of June? She said, let's fight. 7 of Wands. What else? What else? Who are we fighting? Who's challenging us? Why are we struggling? What's going on? Give me another one. What's this theme? We got the 7 of Wands, 6 of Pentacles, and then we got the 6 of Wands. Some fire and earth energy. Let's check this out. So, it seems like you're like, I feel like you're being challenged in a very competitive way with someone. You're like, there's some struggle, of course, but like, you're more up, like, feeling challenged by someone who is like, okay. Let me meditate a bit. So, there seems to be a connection you have here, Sagittarius, where you're giving a lot. You're giving a lot to a situation, but you don't want to really give anymore. Like, there's just some struggle that's happening here. And it feels like a part of you is kind of like being ignored. No matter how much you give to a situation, you're getting ignored by your efforts. And it's causing you to have a lot of doubt now. Like, you're doubting whether or not this person is genuine. This situation is genuine. Because you've been giving a lot. You're trying to be fair. But, like, at this point, I think, like, there's a lot of competition involving this situation. Whether this is with a person or just overall a situation. Yeah, there's a lot of competition going on here. And this you've been giving a lot, but you've been getting ignored by this situation or person. So now you're starting to doubt it. Something you've been fighting for. Tell me more. Tell me more for Sagittarius. Oh, we got a tower coming out. Shit. Okay. Chariot. Tell me more for Sagittarius, please. For the month of June regarding the situation. 2 of Swords. Knight of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles. And then we got the Three of Cups. Okay. Let's read this for you, Sagittarius. So you have a tower moment coming up regarding this situation. What's a tower moment? It means something extreme will happen that's going to shake you to your core. And it's going to come in really fast with the Chariot. It's actually like a disaster that's going to happen. And you have to like basically be more assertive and determined in getting control over the situation and yourself, despite being shaken up to your core about the situation. Like something is going to happen where you're going to get a lot more clarity on what you need to do next. Because the Two of Swords is coming in reverse. So like, I think when something bad is going to happen, you're going to be like, okay, I'm going to take control of myself. And I'm going to like do what I need to do. But basically like, you get more clarity out of the situation. You decide what you want to do next. It's very clear what you're going to be doing next. And I think like and this came out in your last reading, I think, Sagittarius, the Knight of Pentacles. Like, you're someone who's very dependable. You're very conservative. And it's just like, you're going to be watching, but like, I think you're going to be pulling away, honestly. You're conserving your finances and you're going to keep watch, but you're not going to charge it anymore. I think you gave enough to the situation and you're just like, you're keeping watch, but you're not really like giving to the situation. Then you have the Ten of Pentacles coming in and then the Three of Cups. Yeah, I think this person betrays your bond with them. Because the Three of Cups is in reverse. Which is showing me some, like, disloyalty, betrayal, rejection. But regardless, like, things are good in terms of your finances and your family and your home. Like, it's just this situation. And I think that's what's making you feel good. Is that, like, regardless of what happens in this situation, I'm still good in a way where I'm, like, I'm content with my current status in life. I'm good with my job. I'm good with my family. I have so much security. It's more established and stable than this connection. I don't need this. Yo. Okay, Jeanette. Gonna go. I need to go get food and drive and grab a Red Bull. Okay, Sarah. Drive safe. Yeah, I think Sag, you're just, whatever this connection was, this was a connection where you're not giving to the situation anymore. You already gave enough and you've been ignored and you've been like dealing with unnecessary competition, and then something's gonna happen where it's gonna shake you up. I don't know if you get in a fight with this person or you see that this person was like disloyal to you and you're just like, all right, I'm not letting you take control of me anymore. I'm gonna take control of the situation. I know how things are, and I'm gonna keep it cute. I'm gonna keep it moving, and I'm gonna go back to how I've always been. I'm gonna keep watch though, but you know, I'm not gonna be giving to the situation no more. I don't need this shit. Like, life is too good to be wasted on this type of bullshit. That's the energy I'm getting from Sagittarius. Like, you're done. Like, something's gonna happen in June, and then you're gonna be like, nah, I don't need this shit. All I really need is my money, my home, and being, like, stable, and being established, and that's all that really matters to me. Everything else can be, like, whatever. I love how, like, how mature and straightforward you are, Sag, but we're pulling out some hidden factors for you for the month of June. Yeah, we got the Emperor coming out, strong fire energy. I don't know if, like, you know, an Aries, but that's an Aries card coming out. And then we got the Magician in reverse. The World card is in reverse. Tell me more. Ace of Pentacles, opportunities. What's going on? Let's get it. What's the hidden factors for Sagittarius for June? Four of Wands in reverse. Seven of Cups in reverse. Queen of Wands, the Devil. Ooh. What's happening here? What are we obsessing about? What's going on? Queen of Cups, Justice in reverse. Alright, let's read this for you. Alright, for hidden factors, Sagittarius. We got the Emperor, and then we got the Magician in reverse, right? So, and remember, this is hidden factors, so this is stuff that you don't know. There is somebody here. This could be a boss, someone in a leadership position, that has a lot of power and control, an authoritative figure, you could say. They're very confident, they're very stable. This is a person that you need to be watching out for, because I'm sensing a lot of manipulation from this person. Okay? With the Magician in reverse. I don't know if this is the same person from the previous spread, but like, this person is definitely tricking you. There's a lot of trickery happening. They're pinning this illusion to you. They're very cunning. If you're giving to them, they're not really like, they're not like what you call it. They're not taking care of the things you give them. They misuse your gifts. Yeah, this is someone who's very greedy. This might be the same person from the previous spread. But like, this person is definitely manipulating you. And I think the cards want to let you know. And this is probably like their authoritative like description. Like, they're someone with power. They have a lot of authority. They seem very confident and stable. And they're like big on logic. But like, the thing is, this person has been manipulating you, and they don't just manipulate you, they manipulate others. Then you got the World in reverse and the Ace of Pentacles. So there are some delays that are happening. I sense a lot of stagnation for you. I think there's a part of you that doesn't have enough closure regarding this situation. You feel very disappointed. I don't know if you're like having issues, but like, there's a part of you that feels kind of like incomplete. Yeah, you're very like hesitant. But I'm sensing like you felt like a burden to this person too. And you're wondering about that. Like, there's so much things that are like, there's like, whatever tower moment happens, there's a part of you that's kind of just like, you don't get closure out of it. And that's messing with you. But regardless of this situation, like, I see a lot of like financial opportunities for you. I don't know if you're gonna get like a new job, or if you're gonna be getting like a raise, or like you'll have like an opportunity in the workplace to really show off. But yeah, there's some money involved. Like, I think you're gonna probably get like level up at the job that you're at, or you're gonna get like another like new job. But there is like some financial opportunity coming your way. And then you get the Four of Wands and the Seven of Cups. So the Four of Wands is in reverse, and so is the Seven of Cups. So I'm sensing that there might be some conflict with either family or friends. Or maybe if you're part of a community, there might be some issues within the community. But I do see like there is some conflicts that occurred here. There might be a reunion that might have been canceled. Like, you had plans to meet someone, but then it didn't actually happen because of something that might have happened with involving this person or something else. But like, reality is, like, with the Seven of Cups in reverse, I'm sensing like there was some missed opportunities, but like there's also like poor choices that were made in this situation. Yeah, there were some poor choices made. I don't know if this was your choice or the other person, but like there were some poor choices that were made, and it caused a lot of conflict within your like your circle. So like whatever this thing was with this person, this might have been a person that was like mutual with some people that are within your circle, and whatever they did or whatever they are going to do not only caused issues towards you and didn't really give you closure, but they also caused like they also did like poor like choices that impacted your circle in some shape or form. I don't know if you made some bad decisions, but like I think whatever the situation is, like whoever this person is, like that didn't give you closure, they're avoiding issues right now. And then you have the Queen of Wands and then the Devil card. So the thing is with the Devil card, it talks about obsession and addiction, right? Like something that you are tempted and stuck to, like you might be trapped in. Like you got the Queen of Wands energy, okay? So I'm not sure who's this Queen of Wands. This is representing somebody that like has more like of a like an addiction or obsession with. It's someone who is a Queen of Wands. It's heavy fire energy. Could be an Aries, but like this is someone who is very energetic, very courageous. I think this is someone that you see is very funny and independent. They're very confident and feisty, and they help others. I'm going to do something different. I'm going to actually pull cards to give me more insight on this, because it doesn't really make sense to me. Give me a second. Where's my other deck of cards? Alright. Do I have all the cards? Yeah, I do. Alright. Can you give me more context on these two cards for Sagittarius in the month of June? Hermit, Death, Knight of Swords in reverse. Someone with the Hermit. So this is someone who's been dealing with a lot of introspection. They give a lot of wisdom, a lot of introspection, soul searching. Then you got the Death in reverse, resisting change, holding on, fearing change. And then the Knight of Swords, very restless, burnout, impulsive. Very, very confusing. Yeah, this is involving someone that has a lot of redeeming qualities with a fire sign energy that might have this might be involving someone you know. I don't think this is necessarily you, Sagittarius. I think this is someone you know that might have an issue with addiction or might be obsessed. Because I don't like the reason why I pulled out more cards is because I don't think this is you, and I don't think this is this person. I think this is someone else, probably from your circle, that was also, I don't know why though. It seems like this person might be lost and still like soul searching, and they haven't really changed. They're still kind of holding on to things. Like, I think this is someone you care about. They're very unpredictable. And they seem, like, impulsive. Exhaustion, giving up, destroyed, overwhelmed. Yeah, I think this is someone you know that's kind of going through it. They're very overwhelmed, and they have like this strong Queen of Swords energy, meaning to say there's someone that has like clear boundaries, very direct, clear-minded. I think this is someone that you want to nurture to some extent with the Queen of Cups. They're coming up in your reading, a third person. And it's someone you care about. You think that they have issues, and they have that quality where they came off a little bit like obsessive, or that you think they have an addiction towards something. But ultimately, like, you care about this person, and it seems like you want to nurture this person to some extent because they've been dealing with a lot, and you don't think that they're making any changes. They've been kind of like withdrawn, and they've been like, you think they're going through some soul searching, like, introspection. You don't think that you think that they're holding on to a situation that they had an addiction towards, and they seem to be very burnt out and impulsive. They kind of like, they're exhausted, and like they've changed. There's a part of them that seems to be more independent and have clearer boundaries. They're very direct when they communicate. Star in reverse. This is someone who's been in despair, and basically you're very empathetic to this person. You're going to be offering a lot of kindness to them whenever you do talk to them. A part of you wants to help them heal, and you have faith in them. You want to be supportive. You're going to be very nurturing to this person, because you think with the Justice card, an injustice happened to this friend. So I'm not sure if this is all like related, or if these are separate situations. But like, I do think that like there's a mix of things involving this person. I'm not sure if it's like separate or if it's connected. But like, there was an injustice that occurred here. Someone was very hypocritical, and they made a bad decision. It was kind of like corrupted to some extent, and it was very unfair. Yeah, I see you like doing some moves regarding the situation, but also like with this person that has an issue. Like, you want to like cater to them because you feel like they were impacted in a negative way. Very interesting. Let's get some advice. Advice for Sagittarius. Page of Swords, Four of Cups, Judgment in reverse. I mean, all these cards are in reverse. Oops. Those don't count. I'm going to shuffle them. Ten of Wands in reverse. Hangman, Five of Pentacles. Page of Cups. Page of Wands in reverse. Death card in reverse. And then the Three of Wands. Okay, let's read your advice. Okay, so as always, I will read the cards that are upright for context in your. Let's see. So the Hangman, right? He is hanging upside down, viewing the world from a completely different perspective, and his facial expression is calm and serene, suggesting that he is in this hanging position by his own choice. So the Hangman keywords is self-sacrifice, new perspective, and suspension, okay? And then we got the Five of Pentacles here. So Five of Pentacles signals a time of poverty, money, troubles, or loss. You may be having a difficult relationship with money, and which is likely the core of your problems. However, know that there is always help available. All you need to do is seek it out. So Five of Pentacles is talking about poverty, hardship, and loneliness. And then you have the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is boundless, intuitive, and a bit of an inner child. Don't be afraid to dream big and follow your heart. Additionally, be sure to listen to your intuition. He is trying to tell you something. And then you have the Death card. Then the Death card is about endings and beginnings, birth and rebirth, change and transformation. There is beauty in death, and it is inherent a part of being alive. Things must come to an end, but after that, new things can begin. Death is about letting go of the old and embracing the new. Keywords is end, mortality, beginnings, and change. And we'll remember that. Poverty, money, troubles, or loss is crazy. Who is this for, y'all? I'm sorry, I had a call. No, it's okay. This is for Sagittarius. So now I am going to read the overall advice. So we have the Page of Swords and the Four of Cups in reverse. Both of them are reversed. So Page of Cups talks about undelivered promises, deceit, and like haste. And the Four of Cups talks about boredom, being aloof, and isolation. So this is regarding a person that made promises that they couldn't keep. And it seems like this person isn't really someone that you're talking to. They're like in isolation. And they're like someone that like, I think you eventually got bored of them. I'm not sure if this is the same person from like earlier. But like, there is... This person, they have a lot of self-doubt with the Judgment card and the Ten of Wands in reverse. Both of them are in reverse. This is someone that has a lot of like self-doubt. They judge themselves, and that's one of their own weaknesses. And I think with them, like, I think it's the same person. I think this person is avoiding responsibilities because they feel like it's an overburden for them, and they don't want to deal with it. So like that's why like you're not getting really closure over this situation. This is an avoidant person. Okay? And this is someone who made promises they couldn't keep. And reality is they're kind of boring. And I think they know that. But with the Hangman coming in, it's talking about looking at things in a new perspective. Whatever perspective you might have had of this person, Sagittarius, I think you need to reevaluate it and look at it in a different stance to help you get the closure you need over this situation, okay? This is someone who... I don't know if this is you, but I don't think it's you. I think it's this person. This person has been through poverty. They went through a lot of hardships, and they were probably lonely, and that's why they acted the way they did, because they had such a shitty upbringing. You know what I mean? And I'm very blunt. I'm sorry, but, like, sometimes, like, people grow from really bad, like, circumstances, and that's why they're, like, insufferable. And it's like, some people don't let those, like, things affect their growth, but I think this individual is one of those people that have been impacted by their growth, and that's why, like, they are the way they are. Does that make sense? And then you get the Page of Cups coming in upright, and then the Page of Wands in reverse. So Page of Cups talks about freedom, inspiration, and youthful energy. Page of Wands talks about pessimism, lack of direction, and lack of success. Yeah, so like maybe you had this view of this person that, like, you know, they have youthful energy. Meaning to say, like, they probably don't act their age. They're probably very playful and funny, and they're very charismatic in that way. And they seem to be more free in their own way compared to others, unconventionally, you know what I mean? But, like, deep down, like, even though they had that, like, facade on the exterior, this is someone that is very deep down pessimistic and lost. Like, they have no direction of where they want to go. And it's like, deep down, they're not that successful. Even though others might think they are, they're not. And it's just like, maybe this is a perspective that, like, you should also embrace if you need closure, is that this person had a shitty upbringing and they're, like, going through some bullshit and they're hiding it. And they're not that great. And it's just like, the way they treat others and the way they treat you is reflecting on who they really are. And they're not worth it. And I think, like, there's some sense of, like, closure in that perspective that will help you move on from this. Then you got the Three of Wands in reverse and then the Death card. So in this situation, there was definitely some obstacles and struggles that occurred here that you don't have much foresight on. But reality is, it's over. Things came to an end. And now when things come to an end, it means that things are about to begin. There's a new chapter that's going to happen for you coming your way that you should embrace. And, like, accept the change that's going to come in your life, because this chapter is now closed. So this was meant to happen, but, like, now that it's done, it's over. It's done and over. Like, let go, because there are new things that are coming, and it's time for you to move on to your next chapter, Sag. So I hope that resonates and it helps you move forward, Sagittarius. But that's your reading for June.